So, yeah, I totally understand that. Now,
And it's also a shame that, let's say, how parents treat their children today, that they can't say more positive things about their behavior and them growing up as opposed to the negative stuff.
let's go on, because I got a question for you that I was going to say for that. So we'll circle back around to,
Okay, sure.
something like that. All right, now, something happened, man, I forget when it was, but you had told me that you were playing like Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what?
Yes.
I was like, who the fuck are you? What'd you do with my mom? I couldn't believe it, dude. I was shocked. How did you wind up getting into that? I'm curious about this.
I was dating a person at that time, and they were into that, and it was like Elder Scrolls is like building a society. Okay, they're starting from absolutely nothing, and how, well, it's almost like how we have evolved. Okay, so you have, people grow and they grow things, and you collect things, and it just, you sell them, and then how everything has evolved and grown, and that's what this game is about. So that was, it intrigued me and interested me.
Okay, interesting. Mm-hmm. You went all in on it too. Like,
oh yeah.
You bought these just like special.
I bought the equipment and then controllers and everything. Yes, indeed, so I could play. I like my mouse.
Are you okay? Go ahead and describe this mouse, because you
mouse
showed me a picture
buttons.
of it, but
yes, I have a mouse.
You can't comprehend.
I have a razor mouse. Then I have buttons that I can use my thumbs, and it just like the coordination of your fingers, all your fingers at the same time of what you want it to do in the game. See, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Are you still playing?
I am. Not as much as I had before.
What do you like to do on the game? You like to craft or stuff, or do you like to do raids or dungeons? I can't believe I didn't say that.
I like to create jewelry.
Right.
Okay, and I do like to cook, and I also like to buy houses and decorate them with all the stuff. And if you're really into it, and if you're really into the game, you can participate in some of the events, and some of the people that I, like I said, gamed with. They actually created a carnival where what they accumulated, and they created rides, and just like that you could do in a regular fair. You throw the darts and the bottles and everything else, only this time you're doing a bow and arrow and hitting the target.
I did not know you could create your own carnival.
Oh yes, there's lots of things you can do.
Can we just back up for a second? How you claimed that you were an interior designer
Yeah.
in Elder Scrolls Online?
I have like 4 houses, and I've decorated all 4 of them of things that I accumulated and won, are earned by the tasks that you have to do. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, that's always something that I was just like.
Even though I didn't play, like your stuff with it, like Game Boy and all that other stuff, Xbox, and even though I didn't do all of that, I just branched out and gaming on my own. That's not the only game I play.
Yeah.
Did you consider playing Final Fantasy 14, or because there's a lot of
I've started looking into The Witcher.
The Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a good game.
Yeah, those aren't MMOs though, or like
online.
Yeah, they're RPGs.
It's like single player.
Yeah, single player.
Uh huh.
Yeah. So I mean,
I've
You just
watched
have to
the
play.
Witcher series on TV.
Right. Well, I was only saying Final Fantasy because I know they do a lot of interior, like they have houses on there and they do interior designing, and it's actually I think it's more geared towards women than it is men. The Final Fantasy is actually.
I never got interested
Yeah,
in that one.
I'm not familiar with those with Final Fantasy series. Since we do have you here, I am interested to get your take on social media. You know, you
I'm not
obviously
a big fan of it.
yeah, and neither am I, and neither is Ginger Tut over here. So, I mean, I assume you don't participate in any of it or anything?
I probably, well, I have to say some of my friends had set me up with a Facebook account. However, I don't log on very often, and when I'm bored I might, but that's not very often, so, yeah, I'm not a social media fan.
What specifically is it that you don't like about like a Facebook or something? Because for me, it's like
I don't care what other people have for dinner.
Right.
I mean, seriously, you know, I don't care if you went for a walk today.
Right.
That's your private life. I don't need to know anything that's going on in your private life.
Right.
But everybody else seems to think that everybody else is interested in what you do day to day. I'm not.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally not.
I get that. I agree with the fact that it's like this self gratification.
It's like, oh, I have to let people know
deal.
what I'm doing to make
To
make me feel good or something. I don't know.
either way, I just believe those to be toxic
And
environments.
I apologize for that.
And no, you're fine. I was just curious if there was a difference in generational opinion. I guess would be a good way to put it.
I mean,
As far as with the social media. I mean, I'm
See,
sure
I'm a
from
very-
like our generation to a younger generation, there would be a huge one.
Right.
But
that
I
seems
wonder
like
if like in
they
our
don't
age
want
ranges,
to. They don't want to. They would just rather text on the phone or
watch a video on YouTube.
watch a video or email or whatever, and it just like instead of any face-to-face interaction.
My concern with like a Facebook, I don't know if you even considered it in your thinking on it, but I don't like the social engineering, and I don't like the tracking of my information, and those are my number one.
Yeah, like I
and number
said,
two.
that's my private. My
Right.
private life is my private life,
Right.
and your private life should be your private life. If you want to put it out there, that's totally up to you. But I really don't have any interest in that.
Right.
I would rather sit here and talk face to face and interact than hide behind something.
Right.